% for the Bucks. They were shooting almost 51% through the first two games. Again, dominating on the boards. Let's go to D. Lynham.
Well, Mike, beginning with Milwaukee because they have the most work to do. And George Karl said, kids on the attack, we have to corral him. They play good defense, basically challenge us to screen and move the ball. Meanwhile, for Byron Scott, he said, hey, kids did control the game, like that they could run, like the defensive stops they got, and the most important was they made an adjustment with their pick and roll so that they now have forward on forward, and you can see it really worked in terms of containing Tim Thomas, which was something they set out to do.
Thomas was 3 of 9 from the field. Thanks, Steve. As Kenyon Martin goes to the line for 2. Przybilla picks up his second.
Yeah, the Bucks need Thomas and Cassell to get it going. They were 5 for 16 combined for just 15 points. And Tony Kukoc, who's been big in this series, especially in the second game, was 0 for 5 and didn't score at all. So all 3 of those guys are going to have to pick it up.
Kukoc, one of the big sparks, as mentioned, from game 2. Martin, meanwhile, his numbers with 10 points and 5 rebounds. And his usual good defense. He really should be on an all-NBA defense, either first or second team. I think he's that good defensively, Kenyon Martin.
What I like about him defensively is he can guard post players and he can go out on the perimeter and guard perimeter players, plus he rebounds the ball. So he's an excellent defender. Should be an all-star player in our league.
And will probably be one for a lot of years to come as Cassell knocks down the shot. Cassell's 3rd field goal. Martin has Przybilla on him. That's a tough matchup. Przybilla looked like he got a clean block, but instead he picks up his 3rd foul.
I really like his aggressiveness. He takes the ball to the basket hard, doesn't shy away from any contact, and does a good job of drawing fouls.
Yeah, he pushed down low with that right hand. That's a good call. Nobody's missed a free throw yet. This is unheard of. The Nets 11 for 11, and the Bucks, who, as we mentioned earlier, really shooting poorly from the line. They're 5 for 5.
Well, I bet you he misses one now since you mentioned that.
There's no betting allowed.
There's no betting here.
Martin hits the first. Be sure to catch Major League Baseball on TBS Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when the Brewers take on the Atlanta Braves. Major League Baseball action all season long on TBS.
The Brewers stink, don't they?
Oh, shit. Keep your commentary to one sport, please.
No, the Tigers stink.
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm a Tigers fan.
You got to jump off that bandwagon.
I'm a Tigers and a Lions fan. Tell you how bad I got it going.
How about using words like they're struggling instead of they stink?
No, they stink. They've won 2 games. They're 2-18.
Cassell, Sam Cassell has hit a couple of buckets as he's found the range to start the 3rd.
He's an excellent mid-range jump shooter off the dribble, particularly to his left.
Best mid-range shooter in the league, I think. The guy's uncanny from that area.
Przybilla trying to do his best on Kenyon Martin. Good help from Desmond Mason with the steal. Bucks have the numbers the other way, although Jefferson, excellent transition defense, but Cassell gets him up.
Cassell coming out early looking for a shot. Did a good job of stopping, showing the ball, got this defender up in the air and drew the foul.
And Cassell will go for a couple as Jefferson picks it up. You could make a point, Sam Cassell, of all the players who've been in the league a long time, he might be the best guy who's never made an all-star team. He's put up some really good numbers over the years, and he's an effective player. He's a fearless player, but he's never been on an all-star team.
Well, you know, I think winning brings all-star teams. Unfortunately, he was on 2 championships with Houston, but he wasn't one of the main players there, but he was a vital part of those teams. And you're right, he's a very talented guy who deserves to be an all-star.
Kittles, a lot of contact. Kittles can't connect to Mason. And you can sense a little bit of a momentum switch right now. Cassell wanted a foul call on that one. Cassell's got to be careful. He picked up a technical earlier. Thomas on Collins. Good second effort from Tim Thomas.
Thomas with a nice move to basket. I think got away with maybe an offensive foul, pushing off with the left hand, went back up, got his own rebound and tipped it in.
And the crowd getting into it again, a travel call. And New Jersey turns it over. 2 turnovers already here in the 3rd. Hey, somebody just agreed with the call.
I know. I really like Kenyon Martin's reaction. He may not have thought it was a travel, but he's just playing on I think he's got a great demeanor tonight, intense and focused on his job at hand.
Cassell can't get that one to go. He's changed his demeanor, Jeff. Last year was the opposite. He's really done an excellent job of adjusting what was a weakness in his game as they call an offensive foul. Joel Brisbilla this time picks up the charge, and Martin has 2 personals.
Did a good job of holding his ground there. May have lost a few teeth, but was a very courageous play. Stood there, took the blow, and got the offensive foul.
Last year, of course, Kenyon Martin had all the problems. He had the 6 flagrant fouls, was suspended 7 games for it. This year, he only had 2 flagrants, and one of them was rescinded by the league, so really only had 1. And Gary Payton puts it in, and an 8-0 run by the Milwaukee Bucks. Timeout, New Jersey. Sam Cassell, a big part of the start to the 3rd quarter. Bucks back in it.
The NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Hyundai. Your car comes with America's best warranty. You win. And Lamisil AT, the official athlete's foot treatment of the NBA.
Milwaukee Bucks trailing by as many as 19, now within 9, thanks to Sam Cassell with a big start to the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it looks like the Bucks made a concerted effort to make sure Sam gets involved in this game early in the 3rd quarter. Here he is coming off a screen for a 15-footer. Here makes a nice hesitation move to his left, step back, makes another 15-footer, and they need Sam Cassell to continue his hot start here in the 3rd quarter to make sure that Milwaukee stays in this ball game.
I've said this before about Cassell. If he wasn't an NBA player, he'd be in 3 different rec leagues and play in the park every Saturday and Sunday all day.
Talking the whole time, too.
Absolutely. He just loves to play. Kenyon Martin, good aggressive move as he goes hard into Brisbilla. And Brisbilla picks up his foot. What Martin's doing, he's kind of throwing his arms after the play a little bit and initiating some contact. He's done that twice here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, he's delivering a blow, which is not a bad thing. But the thing about him is his size. With the size, he's also so quick that the big guys can't guard him. And he's just paying the price. Those guys are paying the price for fouling him. And it's a good aggressive play by Martin. I actually like it.
And Brisbilla's got to know what he's doing. He's going to drive the ball. He's not a knockdown 19-foot shooter. So give him some space so you can play his first move and catch it instead of getting blown by and have to foul. That's 3 fouls already for Brisbilla in 3 minutes.
And Martin keeps delivering the blows. The guys are going to think second about even fouling him down there. So he's doing a good job. And Anthony Mason's probably coming in for that reason right now because he's been known of a guy to kind of deliver his own kind of blows.
Brisbilla, meanwhile, you see a little bit of a welt on his right cheek bone. The thing about Martin, we talked about, he got rid of the flagrant fouls, but he still maintained his toughness, which is an integral part of this team's success.
He's walking that fine line, and guys sometimes will make an error and go over that line, but I'd rather have him close to that line than too soft.
And Martin called for a foul that time. That's his 3rd. He's starting to become, again, because he's a very good player and he's a physical player, he's just starting to become one of those players on the road that hears it from the crowd. A Lambeer type where, you know, they just love him in the role of the villain. Cassell, Sam Cassell, lighting it up here in the 3rd quarter.
Payton did a good job there driving baseline, making it look like he's going to shoot. Everybody faded off on Sam Cassell, and they hit him for another 15-footer.
Kenyon Martin, not a good shot for Martin. And a ball out of bounds. Bucks get it back. Crowd is back into it.
And Mason did exactly what Coach said. He kind of stayed off of Martin and made him shoot the 15, 16-footer instead of getting right on him and allow him to drive all the way to the basket.
Anthony Mason, always a good defensive player. Payton will try. And Collins with his 7th rebound. Jefferson. Bucks doing a better job contesting shots now. 4 minutes gone by here in the 3rd. Game 3. Series all tied up at 1 apiece. Cassell, the scoop shot won't get the roll. And Collins and Cassell, the 2 of them going at it, and Wheat went out of it. A technical foul on Collins, but not on Cassell.
Cassell was very lucky that he didn't get kicked out of the game because he initiated that. He pushed him first. Collins just reacted. I thought the ref saw it.
And he's still talking. He should have been hit with a technical foul as well, and that would have been 2. He'd have been ejected from the game.
I think the ref actually it's a bad call. Cassell should have got teed. If he's going to give anybody a technical foul, Cassell should have got one.
I just don't understand this. I mean, Scott Foster's a good referee, but what did Jason Collins do right there?
Nothing. I mean, I don't understand it myself.
That should have been a double technical foul.
No, forget the double technical. The guy that initiates it gets the technical foul. The other guy should have carte blanche. He can do whatever he wants to the guy.
I'm going to tell you right now, the reason he did not call that technical is he knew that Sam already had one. He didn't want to throw him out of the game, which is not right.
Well, Cassell brings him down a little bit. Now he was on top of him.
And then and Cassell right there initiates the push.
Because he thought Jason Collins stepped on his hand.
That's just a dumb play, though. The guy's got one technical foul already. He's lucky not to be out of this game. With such a big game on the line, you just go down, you play basketball.
It's mindless, stupid decisions as Kittles comes up short. But Cassell is very lucky he's still in the game. And here's a foul on Collins. Jason Collins has picked up his 4th.
Well, he's got the crowd in the game, I can tell you that much, and they're back in it with only 8 down.
You know, you're watching all this and all the extra motion. Then you look at Jason Kidd, and he just has this look of poise on his face. Turning to his teammates, just let's settle down. We still have an 8-point lead. Thomas.
No, you're not going to get much out isolating Kenyon Martin. He's got too quick a feet and too long of arms.
Jefferson. Offensive foul on Richard Jefferson, and Byron Scott is beside himself.
That's a good match up there. Jefferson and Mason, 2 of the better athletes in the league, 2 very aggressive and quick players going at each other.
That's a very close call. Jefferson lowered the shoulder a little bit.
You are such an apologist for referees. You must have refereed before sometime.
Well, I did, but at the same time, I'm being distracted. There's Cassell. Sam Cassell. A sizzling 3rd quarter for Cassell, and the Bucks back within 6. 11 points in the 3rd for Cassell. And the Bradley Center is alive. And Kittles with a good bucket.
Kittles is a talented offensive player. He can shoot the 3. He's got a very quick first step. He runs the floor well in transition.
There you go. Right on cue.
And he's quietly had a really good game here. He's got 14 points.
And Kidd called for the reach-in foul. Jason Kidd, only his first. You know one thing about Kidd? He's only fouled out. Here's a guy, one of your best defensive point guards in the league, who plays an aggressive defensive game. He's fouled out 4 times in his entire career. Didn't foul out once this season, not once last year.
He's smart, and the referees know who everyone pays to see play the game.
There you go.
That doesn't mean he's not a hack. I think I only fouled out 3 times, and I fouled more than anybody in the league.
On every possession.
But he's a guy that plays 40 minutes. Not that you didn't play a lot of minutes. And there's another whistle after. And again, some arms shoving towards guys after the whistle.
You know, I think you made a good point about yourself. You did have
I never fouled against New York, though.
Referees gave you such liberty just to manhandle my guys. It was a disgrace.
I had to. I was too slow. The only way I could guard those guys was to hold them.
Meanwhile, Jefferson picks up his 4th.
And you weren't very nice isolating me over in the corner every time, too, saying, go at Marley, go at Marley.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Thomas will shoot 2. NBA.com has compiled 10 of the best shots in NBA playoff history. Log on to see the candidates and vote for the best shot only on NBA.com or America Online, keyword NBA.com.
Hey, Mike, you know who's leading that poll? Allen Houston's shot against Marley in Miami.
Game 5 of 99.
Yeah, that's when he was hanging on Zoe's foot. I was actually kicking him in the ribs.
And the Milwaukee Bucks, who were awful from the free throw line the first 2 games, 10 for 10, and they're back within 8. Another standing ovation. Crowd's been up quite a bit here in the 3rd. Rodney Rogers. Thomas the rebound.
He missed that shot, but great execution to get a paint catch and a deep shot.
Cassell for three. Sam Cassell again. And it's a 5-point game.
Good job by Cassell to get this crowd in the game. He came out in the third quarter knowing he had to score. Came out with aggressive attitude, pulled up on the three there, made a great shot.
Sam Cassell, 14 points in the period, 21 for the game. Milwaukee climbing back. New Jersey's lead once 19 cut to 5. Now let's take a look at what's happening tomorrow on TNT.
The cop who won't stop is back.
You're the great Sam Gerard.
Yes, I am.
And you always have to win.
Yes, I do. Tommy Lee Jones, Wesley Snipes, U.S. Marshals. Tomorrow at 9 on TNT.
Tonight on TNT, an NBA playoff triple-header. Game 1, Boston beat Indiana. Game 2, New Jersey in another scramble with the Bucks. A big third quarter for Sam Cassell, 14 points in the period. And there's still over 5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Kidd for 3, off the mark. Thomas does a good job to come out and contest.
That's Kidd's first shot in this quarter. The Bucks have done a good job of coming out and make sure Jason Kidd hasn't continued to hurt him.
And a foul away from the ball against New Jersey again. It's Jason Collins, who now has 5.
And this is a decision Byron Scott talked to us about before the game. He was going to go with Mutombo first off the bench, but in the second half, he may well go with Aaron Williams like he did in Game 2. Aaron Williams in instead of Mutombo. And that's very difficult for a coach to do, is sit a perennial all-star, one who's had a huge impact on the game. But Byron's got to give him credit. That decision takes great courage, doing what you think is in your team's best interest.
And it's difficult for Mutombo to sit over there and go through this. I mean, like you said, he's been an all-star, I think, 8 times. And to get in the playoffs and not be able to get on the floor and help your team's got to be a big blow for his pride. But he's got to swallow it. The most important thing right now is to win games, and then he'll get his chance.
And the Nets right now lead cut to 4. Martin. Desmond Mason knocks it away. And you see the extra effort defensively now from Milwaukee.
Good job by Milwaukee there. Desmond Mason coming over on the rotation. Jason Kidd kind of lobbed the ball a little bit too much, and he was over to get over there and get a deflection. Great recognition.
Kidd has not scored, as Dan mentioned, just only taking the 1 shot here in the third. Martin draws the foul and 1. Kenyon Martin with a chance for a 3-point play as Anthony Mason hit him. Second foul on Mason.
Mace gave him a little shot with that right arm to the ribs, and Kenyon Martin did a great job to get it up there and make the play. But I think Mace has got to keep him from going to the middle. He's got to force him baseline and then provide help from his teammates to cut off the baseline.
There's one area where Martin has to get better. He shoots just 65% from the line this season. And as he's an inside game, he's going to go there quite a bit. Lead back up to 7. He took almost 400 free throws this season. Mason just leveled Harris on a pick. Casello can't put it in. New Jersey led by as many as 19 in that second period. And the Bucks chipping away here in the third. Harris. Cassell plays him well. And Tim Thomas with his 7th rebound. Payton, tough shot. Well, that's a shot he loves.
He does a great job there down the post. Cassell did another good job of coming down, up fake with the ball, got his man up and dumped it into Payton right in the middle of the block and made a great turnaround jumper. And
you see the Nets shooting here in the third. They go through droughts. Jeff Van Gundy said it earlier at times, and Kidd draws the foul. Good aggressive move from Jason Kidd, and Gary Payton called for his 3rd. Kukoc is going to come into the game. Kukoc struggled offensively, but made some nice plays defensively. As Tim Thomas will sit.
But make no mistake, Tony Kukoc has got to give him a lift offensively. You're not playing him for his defense. He's played well defensively, but he's got to provide some punch right now for him and knock it in the hole and give Payton and Cassell support, because both Masons on the floor are role-type complementary players in this offense.
Coach Carl didn't bring him in for defensive stops.
I don't think so.
That free throw is the first miss at the line from New Jersey. They're now 17 of 18 from the line. Free throws have been a big story in the postseason already. Though San Antonio lose game 1 because of missed free throws. Mason, another good screen. Shot clock down to 6. Payton, tough shot, puts it in.
Tough shot, and could have got a foul called there. Really did a good job of elevating, took the contact, and still made the shot.
Milwaukee back within 4. Aaron Williams, and he's fouled by Kukoc before the shot. Doesn't matter, they're in the penalty. So Aaron Williams will shoot 2.
I like that strategy. Going to Aaron Williams against Kukoc in the post, forcing single coverage or double coverage. I don't know.
I know, there was no foul there. That was just a slip. Good job by Kukoc to kind of move out of the way, and Aaron Williams just lost his footing.
First foul on Kukoc. Williams has been a role player pretty much his entire career. In his 9th year out of Xavier. This is his 3rd year with the Nets. He's played on 7 different NBA teams. Has bounced around. Pretty much has played the same role everywhere. Very strong guy who's got a nice little touch around the basket. That's not what he's out there for. Nets by 6. Payton. And a loose ball foul called on Williams. He pushed Anthony Mason. And Anthony Mason will go to the line.
The Bucks are doing a great job of running Cassell off the screens off the baseline, usually off of Mason's man, because Mason sets great picks. And there, the show, Gary Payton's man showed. Cassell found him for a jumper. Payton happened to miss it, but Mason was there for the offensive rebound and got pushed.
And because of Cassell knocking it in, Mason's man had to stunt, come away from Mason's body, which gives Anthony a chance to get inside position on the board, forced Aaron Williams to push him in the back, the loose ball foul.
Mason, who has been through about 5 or 6 different free throw line forms in his career. He's had some of the strangest forms at the line. This latest one, he stops on his tippy toes. I can't see how you can consistently hit a free throw. He shot 72% this year. That's a tough way to shoot a free throw.
He's really improved his free throw shooting. I thought his best form was when he was shooting it one-handed. And he shot it one-handed, kept his offhand off the ball, so he got good rotation, had good rhythm. Really improved that area of his game.
Well, he hits them both there. 4-point game again. Under 3 to play in the 3rd. Kenyon Martin, the pick and roll, and Kenyon Martin finishes it nicely.
I just love his game. The way he elevates and is able to absorb the contact and still concentrate and knock down the shot. Not a lot of young players can do that.
Kid on the steal. Always amongst the league leaders in that category. Mason got a piece of that. Rogers wide open. No one even near him. And he puts in the 3.
Could have ordered lunch before he shot that one.
Rodney Rogers not had an easy year with the Nets, but he's got a chance still to provide him with some big 3-point shooting. He did it for Boston last year in the postseason. Lead back to 9 again. Desmond Mason. Rogers contests that shot nicely.
Milwaukee's running out of steam right here. Their energy level has dropped since Payton's gone out of the game.
Desmond Mason, a very good defender. Payton not the only good defender they got from Seattle. Cassell for 3. Sam Cassell knocks it down. 17 points in the quarter for Cassell. Martin blocked by Mason. And saved. Cassell now finally getting down after making a nice save. Red. Oh, that's not a good shot. That's just emotion getting carried away.
I tell you, the kid Martin pick and roll is really hurting Milwaukee. They're going to have to talk about their coverage at the next time out.
Another turnover.
I think both teams are a little tired right now. You're seeing some ragged play.
New Jersey 5 turnovers. Cassell. Oh, what a pass! And Rogers is fouled.
What a great look by Jason Kidd, and to deliver a bounce pass from that angle and that deep was just amazing how he delivered that pass.
Putting it through traffic, right on the money to Rogers. Again, I'm not sure about the foul there, but that is just an unbelievable pass. And you want to know why people will run? Because they know they're going to get the ball. With Jason Kidd running the middle of the fast break.
Rogers hitting the first free throw, and Kidd's going to get a 30-second breather. 22 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds as Anthony Johnson comes back in. And good free throw shooting continues for New Jersey. 95%, 21 of 22. Half minute left, third quarter. Sam Cassell's been the story for the Milwaukee Bucks here in this period. Kukoc. Air ball. Saved by Cassell. There was still time on the shot clock, and Desmond Mason puts it in.
Great play by Cassell, but I thought Tony Kukoc got fouled on that three-pointer by Rodney Rogers, but Cassell followed the air ball, made a great play to get it back into a teammate, and he laid it in.
Shot clock turned off. Lucius Harris creating his own shot and banks it in. And that will end the third quarter. Well, plenty of action here in game 3. Sam Cassell, 17 points in the third quarter alone, and 24 for the game. He also has 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and helping Milwaukee trying to get back into it. They trailed by as many as 19. Cut it to 4 at one point. But right now, after 3, Nets still lead by 8. Game 3 from Milwaukee. Nets and Bucks all tied up at 1 game apiece. New Jersey led by as many as 19 in the first half. Lead was cut to 4 at one point, but as we begin the fourth, an 8-point game. Sam Cassell, 17 points in that third quarter for the Bucks. That overshadowed Kenyon Martin. Martin had 11 points in the period for New Jersey to kind of answer back the run.
Well, George Karl said he likes to play wild sometimes, and that's what they're doing now. They're getting out and playing a little wild. Cassell came out and had a great third quarter. On the flip side, Jason Kidd wasn't very aggressive at all. I think Milwaukee did a good job of taking him out of his offense. He took 1 shot and scored 1 point.
Meanwhile, Anthony Mason with the moving screen gets the offensive foul. Mason with 3 personals, 11th turnover by the Bucks. Both Kidd and Cassell start the fourth on the bench. Kukoc called for a reach-in, and that's his second. Tim Thomas will return, and Desmond Mason's going to get a breather. The only starter out on the floor right now for New Jersey is Kenyon Martin. We've got Aaron Williams, Rodney Rogers, Anthony Johnson, and Lucius Harris. Michael Redd trying to deny Harris. Good defense from Michael Redd. Martin comes crashing in. And a 24-second violation as Harris's shot didn't hit iron.
That's the second time Lucius Harris has tried to post and or isolate. That's not really his game. His game is to feed off others, shoot open shots, run on the break. He's got to make sure he stays away from the isolation game.
Milwaukee's done a good job of not allowing second shots in the second half. They haven't allowed 1 offensive rebound since the second half has started.
Kukoc gets past Rogers. Wild pass. Thomas sheds Martin with a little fake, but can't get it to go down. And the Nets will bring it up along with Jeff Van Gundy, Dan Marley, and D. Lineup. Mike Breen on hand at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. Nets trying to go up 2-1 in this best-of-7 series. Rogers, that's a 2-pointer, and gets a nice roll.
You know, I got to play with Rodney Rogers in Phoenix, and for a big man, he shoots the ball extremely well. Good player. I know he hasn't had a great year, but he's the kind of player you can trust on the floor. He's going to make the big plays and the right plays when it comes time.
Injuries are part of his problem this year. Payton leads in, And draws the foul, and Gary Payton will shoot a couple. Anthony Johnson picks up his first.
What I like about Rogers is he can stretch your defense to the three-point line, and then if you put a smaller player on him, he's got the strength and game to post up. So he's got a versatile game, posting up and at the three-point line. Very difficult matchup for most threes or fours in the Eastern Conference.
He likes playing with the Nets. Before game one of this series, the whole Net team went out to dinner at a place in New Jersey, and each player got up and spoke at the end of the dinner. And what Rogers said to the team, he said, "This is the closest group of players I've ever been with in my career." And he's saying he'd never seen it. There wasn't one guy who strayed. They all went out a lot together, and he said it meant a lot in terms of his struggles. The players stayed with him as Aaron Williams makes a nice move.
That was a great athletic move there and finished with his right hand.
Well, you know why? This is the closest team Rodney's ever been on. Is Marley's not on it. He was a divisive force in Phoenix, obviously.
Yeah, I've been known to be a cancer around the locker room.
Ball kicked by Williams. Shot clock.
Second guessing coaches. Come on.
Not working hard.
No. Exactly.
I'll have you guys fighting any time here.
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Thomas lost him, but Kukoc's right there to pick him up. Rogers riding Kukoc, and they call a foul. Let's see if they call it in the act. Yep. So 2 free throws coming up for Tony Kukoc as Rogers picks up his first. Michael Redd having another quiet game for Milwaukee. Redd with 5 points, and he's one of the leading 6-man scorers in the NBA this year. And this season averaged over 15 a game, and in the playoffs about 9 so far. Kukoc still looking for his first field goal. Knocks down some free throws. 9-point game. Just under 10 to play. You wonder, again, coming back from a 19-point deficit, how much it took out of the Milwaukee Bucks. Rogers for 3. Rodney Rogers nails it.
Good design play there by New Jersey. They came off the screen and roll. They both helped on Lucius Harris. Rogers just popped out behind the three-pointer and knocked it down.
And the lead very quietly has gone back up to 12. Certainly quiet again here at the Bradley Center. Nice feed, and Mason able to finish with the right hand.
What's critical, they're up 10. Jason Kidd got his rest, too, so he should be strong to finish this game. I like how New Jersey's played this game without Kidd. They've done a good job.
Harris and a foul call on Michael Redd before the shot. 3rd foul on Redd, and the first team foul. And we'll have a timeout. Kidd ready to come back in. His team has a 10-point lead.
EJ in Atlanta, the Timberwolves and Lakers will wrap up our triple header a bit later tonight. Minnesota executive Kevin McHale, Laker forward Rick Fox. Once upon a time, they were teammates in Boston in Fox's first 2 years in the league, each with 3 championship rings. Lots to talk about. Back to Mike, Dan, and Van.
Hey, Mike, I just want to jump in here. Wasn't it interesting how Ernie referred to him in the third person, himself in the third person by his nickname, EJ, here in Atlanta? Now he's such a household name, he goes by his nickname.
Now I'm going to defend him.
Clyde, EJ.
He has such a short time to get in all that information. He's got to shorten it up. Okay, JBG. Michael Redd with the rebound. Rogers and Thomas with a little pushing and shoving to get out of the pile down the other end. So plenty of time in this one. But the Bucks almost kind of had to regain their breath. Redd knocked right back by Aaron Williams. Kukoc almost put that in. And some more pushing and shoving. Harris and Mason now. Now Aaron Williams and Mason. What are these guys thinking about with all the technicals that have been handed out? This is such an important game of the series. Martin does a good job of getting Aaron Williams away.
Mace just isn't happy unless he's causing somebody some aggravation. So the more guy he pushes out there, the happier he's going to be.
You're down by 10. You need every point to try and come back and get a win. And you're taking a chance of getting a technical. Meanwhile, New Jersey has bounced back well here in this game 3. Sam Cassell getting the rest. Had the great third quarter with 17 points. Not content with rubbing his head. Kukoc missing a couple of free throws. They've been shooting well all night long, but now the problem from the first two games rears its ugly head again. Bucks were able to get a lot of stops in the fourth quarter of game 2. They need them here. Shot clock winding down. Wild shot from Aaron Williams on the follow.
That's just being a pure athlete there. Bad shot by Martin. Good defense by Mason. And he just came in and just slammed it down with the left hand. Just a great play.
Aaron Williams has been good off the bench with 6 points. Lead back up to 12 for New Jersey. Payton for 3. And a loose ball foul call against Tony Kukoc, and Kukoc, technical foul. Tom Washington thought about it for a moment and then decided to tee him up. That's Kukoc's first technical. He just reacted very demonstratively.
I don't know what he's complaining about.
Yeah, that's an easy call right there.
Jason Kidd misses the free throw. That's getting big play from the bench. Aaron Williams here.
The Bucks are just standing around. Kukoc, instead of just standing, has got to go find a body. And Aaron Williams, with his athletic ability, just goes down there and throws it down.
Bucks have done a better job rebounding in this game than the first two, but there's still a -6. Martin, quick move. Desmond Mason the rebound.
And again, Milwaukee's gone back to their super small lineup. 3 guards, Kukoc and Tim Thomas, to try to spread it out, give themselves more driving opportunities.
Thomas wants it. Kidd double teams. 4 on the shot clock. Thomas knocked out of bounds. Boy, Martin so good defensively.
Great quick hands there. They did a good job of double teaming. Thomas couldn't find an open guy. New Jersey realized they got back to the open man, and Thomas had nowhere to go with it.
2 left on the 24. They got to put it up pretty quickly. Payton inside, blocked by Rogers, and a 24-second violation. Nets will get it back. With just over 7 minutes remaining in the fourth, and a 12-point lead. Game 4 of this series, Saturday afternoon back here in Milwaukee. Kidd floats it to Williams, broken up by Mason. And Mason says, yes, I did commit the foul. 2 fouls on Desmond Mason. They say on the pass, so they'll take it out of bounds. 14th foul against Milwaukee. Richard Jefferson back in. And Kenny Martin's getting a breather. Payton really trying to deny Jason Kidd the ball, trying to keep it out of his hands. The 2 former buddies from Oakland. Well, still buddies, actually. Rogers for 3. Good rebound and traffic from Desmond Mason. Payton inside, draws the foul. And Gary Payton will shoot 2, says something to Lucius Harris. This has been all game long, this extra talking, extra pushing.
Good job by Payton getting the rebound out to him, just taking it all the way to the hole, get hacked by Aaron Williams, and a little extracurricular look there by Payton. And like you said, this has been all game long, and this series is going to continue to be more and more hateful as these guys are getting on each other's nerves.
Payton knocks down the first. Payton now saying something to Joe DeRosa. And Payton was hit with a technical earlier. DeRosa just looking back.
Why is he? What's he telling the ref? He called a foul.
I have no idea. You know, I know it's part of his game, the attitude, the aggressiveness, but sometimes just be quiet. Kidd left-handed. Alley-oop. Tim Thomas finishes, and the Bucks back within 8 again.
Very good decision by Payton. Get it to the middle of the floor, center the ball, It was a 4-on-3. He saw Thomas. Great delivery. Good running to the floor by Tim Thomas.
Thomas with 14 points. Rodney Rogers. And Rogers hitting some big shots. 16 points for Rodney Rogers.
And now they're trapped in the pick and roll with Jason Kidd. And that's a very difficult rotation to stretch all the way out and cover Rodney Rogers.
Jefferson knocks it away from Desmond Mason. Mason, bad shot, but he draws the foul. Aaron Williams called for the block. Yeah, we've got a timeout. Sam Cassell coaching Tony Kukoc just past the midway point of the fourth. Nets lead by 10. Here's tonight's Bud Light around the league. Some of the notes happening. Lakers trying to bounce back. That's our game coming up from LA. They're tied with the Timberwolves 1 apiece. Pistons tied up. Tracy McGrady, another big game though against Detroit. And Amari Stoudemire, a 20-year-old rookie from Phoenix, gets the Got Milk Rookie of the Year. I don't think he expected it. He really thought Yao Ming was going to get it, but he had a sensational season.
Well, I'm glad to see it. You know, being in Phoenix, I get to see him play all the time. I saw him mature from the beginning of the year, and he's just a man-child. That guy's going to be a great, great player, and the Suns are lucky to have him. You know, physically, he's unbelievable. Even mentally, he's past his year, so he's going to work hard, and he's only going to get a lot better.
Surprising he lasted now to the 9th pick. People had do-overs. That was one they do-over.
Definitely.
Kittles. Gary Kittles has had 16 points in this one. 4 Nets in double figures. 5.5 to play. Mason, nice feed from Gary Payton. Payton now with 6 assists. The Bucks have not led since the opening minutes of the game. The Nets have been up by as many as 19. Milwaukee's made some nice comebacks. Rodney Rogers misses and a loose ball foul on Aaron Williams.
Good job by Kukoc there of recognizing the pick and roll, and he came all the way across the key so he wouldn't have as far to rotate to get to Rodney, and he was able to put a hand up and affect the shot.
Nets in the penalty.
Where is the foul? On Aaron Williams.
Looked like a foul on Tim Thomas to me.
That's my point. I'll tell you what, players have bad games and officials have bad games. And these 3 guys are very good officials, but I don't think this game has been refereed as consistently as most NBA games are.
I think you missed one thing, though. Coaches have bad games, too.
Oh, well, yeah.
You don't want to admit it, but...
No, we do.
Scott Foster, that's Joe DeRosa.
Every loss, as you know as a player, every loss, it's a player's league, Mike, until you lose. And then, from the player's standpoint, it's a coach's league.
Bad coaching scheme.
Yeah.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, though.
Well, are we discounting the amount of money that is paid to the players?
No.
Okay.
Meanwhile, it is a 6-point game. Closest it's been in the 4th quarter. Still plenty of time remaining. Aaron Williams against Kukoc. You know, Williams is smart. He just feels with strength against Kukoc. Takes advantage.
Well, there's no way that Kukoc is going to be able to stop him there. He's just too long and too athletic and can just jump over and use that soft hook shot. So like you said, he did a good job just staying patient, backing him down, and shooting a nice little left-handed jump hook. 8 points for Aaron Williams. Big play off the bench. Excellent defense from Richard Jefferson. Boy, he just moved beautifully on that. Mason called for the offensive charge. Good call there. I think he did a good job of staying in front of him, and Jefferson used the forearm to knock him down.
You don't have to be set. Your feet do not have to be set. You just have to beat the guy to the spot.
Don't roll your eyes at me. I know the rule. That's a flop. He snapped his head back like he had been shot.
No, that's not a flop. Meanwhile, a miss down the other end.
You can't knock Richardson Jefferson. Look at that body. You can't hit him that hard.
You could. Thomas. Not a good shot from Tim Thomas. And a loose ball foul call on Gary Payton.
You don't see too many bodies like yours out there right now, Coach.
Hey, you know what? I did see one that looked like me that's in the NBA. You know that young point guard for Utah that's hurt? He blew out his knee, Lopez. I told the Utah coaches there's only one body that's like mine, and he's got it. They better get him on a strength and conditioning program.
So Kidd to the free throw line. Nets now 22 of 24 from the line.
I'll tell you what, though, you're looking a lot better now you're an announcer than you're a coach.
I just don't look as bad. You know, I am an avid weightlifter, though. It doesn't show yet. May go into bodybuilding.
Try yoga.
With all due respect, I think there should be a time limit to talking about Jeff Van Gundy's physique.
Whoa.
Or lack of.
Oh.
Payton against Kenyon Martin. He's forced. Thomas and a foul. Thomas came out of nowhere, and it looked like Payton was going to have to put the shot up in traffic.
What happened was Payton drove the ball baseline. Kenyon Martin gave help. So now, as Payton spun to the middle, Tim Thomas had a clear cutting lane. Someone else on the perimeter has to sink down and get into Tim Thomas's body.
To get into Tim Thomas' poster, because that was a poster there.
Aaron Williams, his fourth foul. And every time you think the Nets are going to pull away, the Bucks come back. 6-point game.
I go right back to Aaron Williams in the post against Kukoc.
Everybody on their feet here at the Bradley Center. Kenyon Martin spinning. Puts it in and a foul. Kenyon Martin answers right back.
I am really impressed with this kid's game. The strength he shows down there where he just absorbs the contact and is still able to finish. He's done that several times in this game.
See, as good a defender as Desmond Mason, there's no way he can handle him down low.
No, and he took a big blow from Sam Cassell there on the wrist, and he just went right through his arms and laid it off the glass for a possible three-point play.
Third foul on Cassell. And Kenyon Martin, who's been the leading scorer in the postseason so far for New Jersey, 23 points here tonight. 9 for 9 from the line. Kukoc for three. Tony Kukoc with his first field goal and a huge one. He was 0 for 6 and now brings the Bucks back within 6. Milwaukee just won't go away. Thomas with the steal. And Payton wisely doesn't try and force the fast break. Gets inside, left-handed, 4-point game. Just under 3 to play here in the fourth. Bucks within 4. New Jersey holding on to a 4-point lead, just under 3 to play here in the fourth. Coming up, NBA playoffs. Next, Timberwolves and the Lakers from LA right here on TNT, game 3 of that series. And then tomorrow, it's the Pistons and the Magic from Orlando on ESPN. The Mavericks and the Blazers from Portland on ESPN. San Antonio and Phoenix on NBA TV. Then Saturday, game 4 of this series. And game 3 of the Sixers and the Hornets from New Orleans.
If you're New Jersey, you got to explore the matchup of Kenyon Martin against Desmond Mason, even in the zone. You've got to go at him and post him up.
Crowd again on its feet. Kerry Kittles looks up at the shot clock. Still plenty of time. Kidd for 3. Puts it in. Jason Kidd with a huge shot, and the Nets back up by 7.
That was great defense by the Bucks, and that's just moved around the perimeter. Kidd hit a tough shot with somebody right in his face.
Kukoc. Thomas steps back. That's a 3. Thomas answers back. Thomas with 22 points again. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining.
They're back in the 2-3 zone again.
Aaron Williams. Kittles. That's a 2 for Kittles. Thomas the rebound. 22 points, 10 boards for Tim Thomas. 2-pointer for Mason. Rushed it.
Wrong person shooting the wrong shot at the wrong time right there.
Bucks need another stop. Chance of defense. Bucks aren't known for their defense, but they've changed certainly a bit since Payton and Mason came aboard this year. Rogers a 3. And a loose ball foul goes against Kenyon Martin. And free throws coming up for Desmond Mason as Martin picks up his fourth.
That's just a bad play by Kenyon. He obviously wasn't going to get the rebound. He just has to get back and run back and play defense. You can't afford to give the Bucks 2 free throws at this time of the game.
Desmond Mason, 4 of 5 from the free throw line here tonight. For the season, a 75% free throw shooter. George Karl has watched his team miss a lot of free throws in the first 2 games. Tonight, they're 23 of 27. It's amazing how in so many of these playoff games, it comes down to making free throws.
I've said this before, Mike. Most of our most bitter playoff losses came about because of missed free throws, particularly in the fourth quarter.
Two-point game. This is the closest the Bucks have been since the early minutes of the first quarter. Deflected by Desmond Mason. Payton against Kenyon Martin. Martin's got the ability to guard him on the perimeter. Payton. Oh, that one was halfway down. And Rogers got hit after the rebound. Bucks need yet another stop.
And they've got Desmond Mason on Aaron Williams.
Offensive foul on Jason Kidd.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to see the replay on that. I think that was one of the Jeff Van Gundy famous flops that he was talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you know what? He could have called. Jason kind of hooked him around the back and threw a little hook in there, but it definitely was a flop.
Flop, but a good call by the referee.
The Lakers in Minnesota coming up shortly here on TNT as we wrap up our triple header. Kevin Garnett averaging 29 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists in the first 2 games, tied up a game apiece with the Lakers. Back to Mike Breen, Dan Marley, and D. Lynam.
Oh, he's always got the power of the last word, Mike Breen. Leaving me out.
Thank you, Ernie. Bucks have the ball, 50.5 seconds remaining. Neither team has a foul to give. Each team with a full timeout and a 20. The Milwaukee Bucks have trailed almost this entire game, down by as many as 19, and have slowly chipped it away. And they made some key stops down the stretch. Kukoc. Almost picked up his pivot foot. Cassell has Kidd on him. Sam Cassell won't go. That's his first shot of the period. Kukoc wide open and puts it in. That may have been a travel, but it ties the game at 101. Timeout, New Jersey.
Kukoc come up with some big hoops here down the stretch. Hasn't done a whole lot all game, but he's hit a big 3 and then that one to tie it up.
A 7-0 run by Milwaukee. They're on their feet at the Bradley Center.
TNT, the exclusive home of the 2003 Western Conference Finals.
Filter what you don't need. Keep what's good. MGD.
From early mornings to late nights, from the store around the corner to business around the country, your whole family can count on the best wireless network in the nation, Verizon Wireless. Get the America's Choice National Family Share Plan and share unlimited night and weekend minutes on up to 4 separate lines. Hurry and buy 1 Motorola phone for $29.99 and get a second free. Plus, now get unlimited text messaging for only $2.99 monthly access. So no one's ever out of the loop. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Tony Kukoc ties this game, but it appears this should have been a walk.
That's what you call traveling.
But Kukoc with a big bucket. The Bucks trailed by 9 with 3.5 to play. Trailed by 7 with 2.5 remaining, but have gone on a 7-0 run.
And I think what's interesting right here, decision for Byron Scott. Do you run the clock all the way down to reduce the amount of time Milwaukee has, or do you take the first good shot you have? They're going to run pick and roll, Kidd and Rogers.
There's a little less than 3-second difference between the shot and the game clock. Here goes Kidd. Payton fights over the screen. Rogers with 2 on the shot clock. Stripped by Mason, but a foul.
Rodney did a good job of setting the screen there, popping behind the three-point line, knowing that Tim Thomas would be running back out to prevent it. Drove by him, got the foul.
Mason made the clean strip, but Thomas from behind. And Rodney Rogers from the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 tonight. He's had a big game, 16 points. And misses the first.
I like the play called by Byron Scott coming out of the timeout. Right here, a weak rebounding Milwaukee team must make sure that not only do they block the 2 people on the outside out, but the shooter out. Somebody's got to come from the perimeter.
Rogers 76% from the line this season. It's only 68% for his career. 5 seconds remain. Bucks still have a full and a 20-second timeout. Critical free throw. Missed the ball, but Martin back to Rogers. Oh, and he puts it in with 2 seconds remaining.
You know what's interesting about that play? I was watching George Karl. He was trying to get Desmond Mason on the same side as Kenyon Martin, so him and Mason could both pinch on Kenyon Martin, and it didn't happen. The ref wouldn't let him go to it. Kenyon Martin obviously got the tip, got to Rogers, who hit the big 3.
Still time remaining, 2 seconds for the Bucks. Rodney Rogers will wind up hitting the shot, but it's Kenyon Martin who makes the big play here on the missed free throw.
Yeah, he pushes off Anthony Mason, able to tip the ball back out to Rogers, who hits the big 2. But the interesting thing was, right before he was going to shoot the free throw, Desmond Mason wanted to get over to the other side to help block out Kenyon Martin. The ref would not allow him to go across.
All right, now key here, New Jersey does not have a foul to give. Milwaukee still has a 20. So if they have trouble getting the ball in bounds, they can still call timeout. 2 seconds is plenty of time for a catch and shoot.
Or 1 dribble shot fake and lean in. If Cassell gets it, I wouldn't be surprised to see him lift up on the shot fake.
Bucks down by 2. Payton comes free. Payton a 3 at the buzzer. Off the side. And the New Jersey Nets regain the lead in the series. Another thrilling game down the stretch. Rodney Rogers, who tied his season high with 18 points tonight, hits the big shot after missing 2 big free throws. And Gary Payton and the Bucks very disappointed to lose here at home. So New Jersey now takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Jason Kidd, 26 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. Let's go to Dee Lynham.
Thanks very much, Mike. Wow, Rodney, for good reason your teammates are fired up for you, but I guess after missing the 2 free throws, you just needed to step back a little. What was going through your mind?
I don't know. I just wanted to make at least one of them. Just missed both free throws, and on the second one, Kenyon knocked the ball back out to me. I just took end of the game shot and went in for it.
How about to stave off so many runs by them and to still come out with the victory? What does it do for the confidence?
Well, let us know that, we come out and take our time and play on both ends of the floor, that, we can beat anybody. And, they made some runs tonight. We had big leads, but they kept coming back. They're at home. You got to expect that from them. So we're just glad to get the win.
Rodney, great shot. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Mike?
All right, Dee, just like last year, they lost a game at home in the first 2 against Indiana, then bounced back and won game 3. And again, our final score, the New Jersey Nets 103, the Bucks 101. They take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. Stay tuned to TNT for more post-game reaction throughout the night and later on Inside the NBA. For Dan Marley, Jeff Van Gundy, Dee Lynham, producer Jay Hoover, and director Howie Singer, this is Mike Breen. Good night from Milwaukee. We'll send you to L.A. for game 3 right after this break.